Okay, it's Friday. It's the late Friday. But that's always seems to be on the Fridays. It's becoming late, so I figured I'd do some Final Fantasy, or try to anyways. We'll see how long, if I can even get into the final trial for Shadowbringers. If not, or even if I can, after I get done, we could have the Fall Guys stuff we could always just do. And if this doesn't work out, well, there's other things I can play, but Final Fantasy Friday, why not? Running a little late. Alright. Let's see. Chair just doesn't feel like it's in the right position here. Excuse me. Alright. Theoretical 9-minute wait. So while we're doing that, let's go to the Gold Saucer. Do some of the just general stuff around there while I'm waiting to see if I can get into this or not. Oh, they're still selling anything. Nope, nothing sold, but that's prized. I haven't done anything with these guys in a while anyways, so... Alright, nothing with them. I don't think I've done really anything in here. No, I haven't done a lot in the Gold Saucer for any Manderful points. Yeah, we'll go that route. $19, what does 19 give me? 36. Nah, still double than what it would have got me with 19. Theoretically, possible. No, nothing. Alright, let's go do... I haven't done the major cack pot in a while. So I'm waiting to see if I can get into the Dying Grass, and you guys can watch me flounder and die. Because it's been... I haven't played the Dying Grass since I had to go through it the first time. So it's been a while. I had to look it up yesterday, actually. Random. 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 So get an average wait time of 9 minutes. If by 12 nothing happens, then obviously I'm going to have to cancel. I don't want you guys sitting around waiting for me to do stuff. It's not fun to anybody, really. Where do I return to? Gridania. So, I mean, part of me was just like, I should just do this trial off stream, just because, yeah. Not fun for you guys to sit here and just watch me stand here and wait. So, like I said, if it doesn't pop in by 12 minutes, then I will go ahead and do something else. Let's see if there's anybody in the party finder who's doing it. Who's in Thornton's Reign? There's something else I could always try. Ooh. Cramp real quick. Oh, my lower back. Always try a party finder thing, but it's still, I'd have to sit there and wait. Okay, we're at 6.5 minutes and nobody currently on. Who was I with this character on? Different third class. Okay, so I could actually do these while I am waiting. Because I haven't, and I can work my way up on into... Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Dragonhead, Welwick Woods, Eastern Thanland, Korthus, North Shroud, Southern Thanland. So we have Eastern, Southern, Upper, East Shroud, East Thanland. Let's go to Eastern Thanland. Take care of the Amalja while I'm waiting. So we'll go work through the hunt log. Where are they? They're up in Sandgate. That's down here. Yeah. Three javeliners. One there at least. One. Two. Okay, is there anything else down here? They are in Welwick. Where's Welwick? Frost. Okay. And for that one, we're looking for a ranger. But I know higher. Oh, look, a couple of them. Ooh, 3 of them. So the second one didn't count for whatever reason. Bastards. Oh, but bruisers, I need them too. Okay. It did count, it was just the wrong one. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, I think that's all in Thanalan I need. Korthus, North Shroud, Upper Lanosea, and East Shroud. Okay. Pikmin. Or Pikeman. Oh, I forgot to grab him while I was here. Alright, so they are Oakwood, and that's across. Yeah, it's across the way. Alright, so we're at 11 minutes and 20 seconds, so we'll give another, yeah, I said, I've set to 12. Try and do this duty. We'll go 12, let's go a little longer. Either 13, I don't want to go too long, because I'm waiting. Yeah, for a Friday, it's really kind of slow. It's really hard to complete these things when there's nobody, and I have nobody, like, on a FC or anything like that to help with this. Okay, so I'm looking for Pikeman. Up here. Two out of three. Yeah, there's a third one around here somewhere. Footman. There's the last one. And that takes care of that. Alright, East Shroud, North Shroud, and Korthus. Alright, I'm gonna attack where? North Shroud. And we're looking at Alder Spring? Okay, south of me. Alder Spring? That's Tree Speak. Okay, so I'm going to say it's probably over here. Another some Ixal out this way. I'll make sure they're not over here. I don't think they're because this is tree speak over here, but I will double check. Yeah, not over here. So I'm looking for Deftones. I don't think they're up here, but I will double check. Just to play it safe, but I have a feeling they're over. Oh no, they might be over here. Hold on. Wind Talon, Blade Wing. They're in an event, if they are, which would of course be the case. Wind Talon, Wind Talon, okay, I don't see them over here. Holy crap, that took 15 minutes. Assuming this last DPS doesn't just kind of screw us. Okay, so I will be quiet most of this as I'm trying to do this one. So I will probably die and flounder because it's been, well, and skip the cutscene for now. So we can watch that later. Woohoo! Okay.
Darkness reigns.
Oh, I'm back. Oh, crap.
You are worthy. The arcane is mine to command.
Alright, yeah. Watch out for the flying death discs. Damn it.
Scurry and scatter.
Ah! That was not the button I wanted to press. Alright, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, it's okay. Where are we going, people? Because I haven't been doing that at all. Come on, target the person, damn it. Excuse me.
I am stifled by this vessel of flesh.
Alright, remember how this thing went. I can't remember if there's a key for this.
The future of the stars are shaped by my hands. I shall be raised up by the prayers of my fallen brethren. Behold, a sorcerer of El tremble before their glory.
Alright, where are you guys gonna go?
Pests. I am bound by cosmic law.
Alright, try to remember how this one worked out.
Pests.
Alright, so we're here. We're in jail. Get out of the tank busters.
This space will be your tomb. Proud despair.
Oh, this one, okay.
My dormant breath, dream now of a dark tomorrow.
I know there's a button I can press. I'm just gonna click on the mouse because I can't remember what it is.
Vain reflections. In Zodiac name, I beseech you.
Where? Oh, this is the one I can't remember. Hello, confidential. I gotta.
Has the Warden's light one free? No. Damn you. Damn your wretched blessings.
Lot going on. Lot going on. Keep it going here. Excuse me.
You have no power over me.
dark, and I think we have... Is it done, or is there one more thing I gotta do? Nope, that was it. It's been a while. I said the last time I did this duty was with Yasmin, and that was years ago. So I'm trying. Okay, what else was there to this one? Cutscene.
Will not yield. Should I surrender this fight, what will become of it all? What will become of our dreams?
Enough, damn you!
Such infernal strength!
Now! Strike with all thy might!
Heads up, ad in about 2.5 minutes.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
I always felt Emmett Silk was a very well-written villain.
It's over. Emet-Selch is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
What dost thou see?
Her ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiark, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored.
Also a little bit denser than Reen. Just a little bit denser.
I tried to help you before the battle, but Emet-Selch stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
I am technically one step closer to full ancient. Let's see here. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Let's have help from a hero from this world.
I see.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's music just gets me. G'raha, you look a little worse for wear. Actually, you look like how I felt earlier today, actually.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
Let's see here. Let's get out of here first. Tired. We'll leave with lecture for later. 'Tis good to see you awake, G'raha.
Well, 'tis good to be awake.
Now, what about music? This one, I love this tone.
So, those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back any moment now. Any moment.
I never understood why we just didn't port out.
They are coming back, aren't they? couldn't bear the thought of...
There, dear. Everything will be all right. There, look! Over there, over the beach!
Poor Alphino when it comes up.
Ho there!
Greetings! You all right?
Welcome back!
Poor Alphino.
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back. Heavens, take me.
Alphino! Oh, hells.
Wait! Where's Urianger?
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
He'll wash up sooner or later.
For the love of... Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selch's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on.
After the cutscenes, we'll probably go do the Fall Guys event before we continue the story. It's just, why not?
Nevertheless,
Something different. Cutscenes first, though.
as ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life, so too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after. Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy. Such is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you?
Maybe. Possibility.
Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
Okay. This one we'll skip through just because it's mainly credits. Even though it is a really good song. I do like that theme.
By your deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more. With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
Paradoxical.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history? Either way, this is an unexpected development. As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world. Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the First.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the Source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow sires, would you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure she arrives within the city next time.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared.
I would be here.
But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh. A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand. Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
He was a busy boy.
To the West Gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Same as the others, struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor! Wait! Ugh! Uranians!
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian? The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
No, the story is, I mean, yes, it has ups and downs, but like all story, but it is a really good story. I won't lie, there are times it makes me cry. Brings a grown man to tears, especially when we get to the next expansion.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
A few times this Stenian actually has a head on his shoulders.
Only if we trust in a Paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius! He speaks the truth. Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
'Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice!
A few times you actually get emotion from Xenos there.
I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac, an Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
Xenos!
Guys, you don't stand a chance. Right. Back to Mardona. Quicker to port. Ouch. Alright, Tataru. Let's talk to Tataru. do I need to read? Yeah, I gotta read. Okay. But... Is it really you? Never like saying my own character's name. I don't know why. But how? When? We didn't think you'd be back for ages. You know, I've been back many times. Would you rather I win again? That's an answer I'd probably give. Oh, don't be daft. I just can't believe you're actually back. We heard the good news from your pixie friend, but nothing compares to seeing you in the flesh. As for the situation on this side, the Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar. From what I'm told, the Garlean armies have been slow to react and seems reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagement. It's an odd sort of stalemate. Otherwise, we've yet to see any sign of that awful Black Rose weapon we were warned about. Oh, but I suppose we did call an old friend to help out on that count. Cryle and I had a terrible time tracking him down, though it will be worth it to see the look on your face when you find out who it is. Anyway, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours and then confirm the latest news from the front. Might you fancy having a rest while I do? Ah, the Warrior of Light, back where she belongs, just as if nothing had happened, but you do seem different somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventures when we next have a spare moment. My soul is denser now, so until then, welcome back. And that gave me the orchestral and the wind-up Graha. M&M's. Oblivion has claimed him. Emmett Selk, gone. La Habrea, gone. I alone remain, the last of the Unbroken. I cannot do Elidibus's voice. I am not that good. Once more, I am moved to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Only you can see the color of mine, you'd know exactly who I was. Ah, Xenos, never did I dream you would overpower me so completely, possessed as I was of your body, and it's all its uncanny strength. And now that I have shared with you the truth of the world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddled, its currents a while beyond my capacity to direct them. You have wrested the advantage, Hydaelyn. The thieving hands of your disciples tighten their grip on the star, on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence, just as you and your creator desired. Well, kind of one the same. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing as we weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, she may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes mired in the first, and victory will be ours at the last. Up. Warriors of darkness now, are they? Then their fate is decided. They shall meet the same as those who came before. death at the hands of warriors of light. It seems you were right. Yes, there is something out there. But it would mean crossing mountains and mountains of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures, as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effects it would have on our ether. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. Ah, when you put it that way. What choice do we have? Ah, the Alliance raids. Well, one of the Alliance raids. Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Come, let's head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours. La 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 la. Thank you, Thancred. I've never actually done that raid sequence. The Gaia's raid sequence. Okay. I haven't done really any of my class quests at all for the Reaper. All right, so we'll take Tataro's quest, and then we're gonna go do the Fall Guys stuff a little bit, just to lighten the mood. Yenda, gods, it's good to see you. I hope you being here means you've had your fill of rest. Not so much as 40 winks, truth to be told, which is kind of accurate. You're too selfless, that's your problem, which will be no good to anyone if you don't take a break every once in a while. Anyway, not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet that helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. We've been exchanging messages with the Eorzean Alliance throughout, though. They say the fighting has finally stopped at the Gimelt Dark, and the Empire has shown no sign of movement. Which means we might actually have the moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First. Quick drink water. Great, and if you don't mind, I'd like to ask Flamin to join us. She'll want to know what happened to Minfilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet you on the terrace of the House of Splendors. And I muddled through that. I am sorry. One of these days, I'm going to have to play Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate on stream. The reason why I will, because I played it a little bit by myself way back when it first came out, is I was pleasantly surprised by the Sister Sororitas Inquisitor that you get stuck with. It's the same voice actress as Y'shtola. Which kind of was actually wrong button. That voice actress does a really good job as the Sister Sororitas Inquisitor. Alright. I'm curious before we get started. Do I have to... Fall Guys, so I don't think I've done it with this character yet. I might have, I can't remember. If there is something I need to do, who I need to talk to before I just go to, okay, so I do need to go to Ul'dah and talk to the Will. Let's see here. First of all, okay. Oh, that's just, okay, so now I gotta go to the, actually go to the Gold Saucer. Okay. I couldn't remember if I had to go to the Gold Saucer or first, or, no, I don't want to go return. We'll do some Fall Guys. All right, just crowding around. Excellent. The next show should be commencing any moment now. Eavesdropping, are we? How very quaint. If you must know, I will soon be making the making for Blunderville, that I might suspect a few rounds of organized chaos. You have heard of it, yes? No. It shouldn't come as any surprise, but the Gold Saucer has once again deigned to dream bigger. They now offer a host of precarious obstacle courses, which they refer to as shows, and lavish prizes for those who participate. If you prefer something more thrilling than cards and cactpots, perhaps you might find it to your liking. Speak with a curious dressed man named Y, and he'll guide. I love how he's Y, and he shall guide you to the Blunderville Square. I like named Y. Where is Y at? He's over there. Hi, Y. Greetings, ready to stumble on into Blunderville Square? Yep. Let us do this. I've done it with Amelia. Did a little bit with Yasmin. First time doing it with Nienda. Welcome to Blunderville Square, the Gold Saucer's second round of Square. I am known as Beankeep, and it is my duty to guide newcome challengers to the premiere show. By that glimmer in your eyes, I take it this is your first visit? Yeah, technically with this character. Although I might come back with Amelia at some point, because I wonder if they've allowed rabbit ears to be able to go through those hats. Well, they've done it with a couple of the others, so I'm kind of curious now. Because that means I can actually wear the damn hat. That's a Viera. As I thought, never fear, however, for I shall explain all. Blunderville is a set of Battle Royale obstacle courses fit for up to 24 challengers, and you, my intrepid friend, look like our very next one. Challengers are tasked with overcoming 3 particularly tricksy courses and must race ahead of the pack if they wish to qualify for further challenges. Whether you fall flat during the first round or find yourself the final few, you're sure to win rewards aplenty. Should you bumble and stumble your way to the last round, then you too have a chance of claiming the coveted crown. It can be quite a lot to take in, so I'll leave the finer details for later. In the meantime, have you any pressing questions, comments, concerns? Architect is unique. Architecture is unique, excuse me. Isn't it just? We have the beans to thank for that. They inspired us to fill our shows and our lobby with the colorful whimsy that you see before you. Though we know not where they originated from, but we recently discovered these little ones wandering the gold saucer. Their round physiques are reminiscent of legumes, so we eventually came to call them beans. Be they Voidsent or Seedkin or something else entirely, they are adorably inquisitive creatures. You simply must hear them hoot and holler about the halls. I have no idea what they're attempting to say, mind you, but it all sounds quite precious. My precious. Okay. On the other hand, you might be surprised to learn that Master Godbert Manderville, proprietor of the Gold Saucer, was the first to attempt communication with the bees. I'm told they found his hearty laughter and muscular mannerisms most endearing. It is thanks to his efforts that we found common ground with them, and in turn, they grew comfortable enough to show off their unique proclivities, such as racing through every obstacle that comes their way. They may be a tad clumsy, but the spirit of competition that lies within them is a force to be reckoned with. Master Manderville was so moved by these displays, he immediately ordered the construction of this whimsical hall, that his new friends might have a place to frolic and play with others. Forgive me, was I rambling? Well, in any case, that, my good woman, is how Blunderville came to be. You're more than welcome to take our show by yourself or with an entire alliance of companions if you wish. And once you've made your preparations, simply speak with the registrar. We'll escort you to our next show as soon as every competitor is accounted for. Ow, that hurt. Sorry about that. I believe that covers the basics, but if you have any other burning questions about what you might encounter along the way, I would be pleased to assist you. I wish you luck out there, and may you rise above the rest. You know, I've never actually won. I've made it to the 3rd round, but I've never actually won. Alright, to the registrar. Alright, see how we'll do this for a little bit, then we'll go back to the story, because we'll leave that HUD as it is. We need to get some more dances with this character. I don't think I have enough mandible coins to get in the ones here. Then I gotta get through, well, more of the mandible quest lines too to get those. That's gonna be a 7. Looks like a 70% game. All right. Yeah, looks like there's gonna be 17 of us. That's okay though. Zoom out here for this. All right. Oh, this one. Oops. Actually, I'll zoom in a little bit better for this. Ow, that actually kind of benefited me a little bit. Let me out. Oh, okay, this one. Oh, I didn't line that one up like I wanted to. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go this way, I think. Question is, can I pass through it in time? Oh, right. All right. Woo! I made it. The pendulum one always gets me. That one, and there's one other on the other maps, always gets me. But hey, we're here. Who we got? Anybody left? Oh, I know we got left. You can do it! I believe in you! Oh, I've got one last person. It's just these two left. Oh, can she make it? Ooh, maybe. Oh, right there to the end. I feel that one. This one is, oh yeah. Yeah, can you make it up? Oh, 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 oh no, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, this one too. Okay, so I'll try to remember the pattern for this one. This one is, I mean, they've all whipped my butt before, so. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. This one I will need to zoom out. 8. What color am I grabbing? Oh, I bastard. I go get more. Let me up. I goofed. Let me go. Yep. Forgot how much of a pain in the butt this one is. Oh well. Hey, come on. Thank you. Nah, not looking at making it past this one. We've already got 2. I haven't gotten my first one done. Yep. Shit. No, not making this one. That's okay though. Granted, I've actually found the red one always seems to be the most difficult for me. I don't know why, but it is. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I've always found the red one to be the most difficult, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, I'm going to not worry about watching this one. We'll move on and try it again. I at least made it to stage 2, which should give me, what, 100, I think? So, 100's fine. I'm going to do 2 more. 2 more runs for today. I'm gonna do the rest on my own to get the points that I would like. But I figured we'd do like 3 runs with everybody watching, and then we'll go back to the main story. Yeah, go ahead and leave. I don't need to be here for the rest of this. That gave me 129, so not bad at all. I forget, so we'll do total of 3, so 2 more, and then we'll go back to the story, back to the MSQ. Ow. Ooh, got a full team this time around. 24 out of 24. Same one. Okay. Am I? Side. Ba-ba-ba-bum, I'm on this side, okay. Oh, I do. Impatience got me. Okay. Shit. Oh, well, actually, I did make that one. I'm impressed. Well, I didn't get past the third one. Or the fourth. Gonna hurt. Bounced. Yep. Get that right. Gotta get that timing down. Not there. Right. Okay, a minute left. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to make that. I was not. I'll take it, but I wasn't expecting to make it. Because the least I get here is another 100 and about another 100 points, so it gets me. Like I said, we'll do this one, this round, and then one other. Unless I win. If I win, actually make it all the way to the end. Oh god, this one again. See if I can get my timing down a little better. Right, so am I probably going to, which color am I going to start with? Which color am I going to start with? Where am I at? Probably yellow, by the looks of it. But we'll see. Blue, okay. Yeah, red is my kryptonite on this one. It just... Nope, yellow, okay. Can we drop down? Thank you very much. Oh my, I actually made that one. That one worked out better than the last time. I'll take it. Only two of us? Wow. Nope, there's a third. In fact, that was number 2. Surprised me. Yeah, for me, I'm going to have to say the difficulties of the yellow, for me, has always been the easiest. Then blue, and then red just whips me every time. I don't know why. I've never actually completed the final round. Gotten here a couple times, never completed it. I actually got close one time last year. Got close to the crown. Yojimbo. Ad break in 10 seconds, guys, so just an FYI. Ow, son of a biscuit. Let me out. Yep. That's okay, though. I'm okay with that. If that gives me what, 410, I can probably buy the emote. So there's the outfit, accessories don't have anything. Alright, I have 429. Okay, there's the emote, there's the mount. Buying the emote. Oh, I never did do that one. Nor the one of Graha. Okay, well, I got enough to get through something, so we will go ahead and we will just... Kind of my whole point was just trying, you know, go through 3 to get something, and I'll take the emote first, and I'll come back later and maybe do more of this on my own time. Okay, we're going up. Go and bring the weapon back out. Flamin. Nienda, Mai has been too long. Totaro did mention that I would be joining you, did she not? Excuse me, thank you. Words cannot express how I have longed to know more of the first. This world Minfilia has sacrificed so much to save. But come, rest your feet. Totaro should be arriving shortly. Dum. And so Minfilia chose to pass on her gifts to the next oracle. This girl who Thancred named Reen. To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. In that respect, they are quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Might I ask a favor of you? When next you return to the First, tell Reen what I cannot. To tell her, thank you. And I would offer thanks to you as well for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but could I have a word? Riol, I'd hoped you're here to tell me you received word from our helper. I wish. Nay, I have not heard a peep out of him, and it's been a good long while too. Too bloody long. On account of which I'm going to sneak over the border and see if I can't get a signal to him from closer up. But what if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can't ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I shouldn't have no trouble picking me way through Gimmelt now that the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting around here twiddling me thumbs. Any road, I just thought I'd let you know now I'd best be. I nearly forgot. Kryle's at the stones and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients? She was getting ready to examine them again when I left. We'd best head back then. I'm sure it's important. We're gonna do the fun part. Up. Over. I know, wrong game, but still. Wrong franchise, too. Drink up, me heart is yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. It seems you're still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad. Well, it probably is. Is Amanda's favorite character, Kryle.
You're here. Good.
So, how are they?
Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed. Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured, Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
Alright, no rest for the righteous. Doesn't quite work as no rest for the wicked, but...
I realize you've only just returned from saving 2 worlds, but time is not on our side.
But where's she even supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
Yeah, in your realm.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct? Raha always was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along. His plan might well have worked, but I for one am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer. There is another way, I am sure of it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch. Pray return to the First and apprise him and the others of the situation. We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
Alright, where are we going now? Right. There you go, poof! Let's see, that is... yeah, not what I have available to moi. I have an Ilmeg writing map that really won't do me any good, but hey, why not? I think that does that unlock the fairies? Or is that... oh, what do you unlock? I bet I could do that. Well, how long were you standing there in silence? Don't you know it's rude to wait? Aren't you that mortal that bonded with Feo'u? Maybe. Well, now, isn't this a pleasant surprise? I have a proposal I was meaning to put to you as it happens. Interested? Sure, why not? So, these Skywatchers you see all over, they're good at what they do, but even they can't tell you if it's raining or whatever back at the source, no? But with my help, they could. I could cross the rift, see what weather's like for myself, come back and share my knowledge with these mortals by whispering to them in their dreams, make them go insane. I could do the same for Skywatchers on the other side too. Everyone would have all the answers and they wouldn't even know how they got them. Wouldn't that be grand? I'm not gonna do the evil laugh. Your silence is all the approval I need. Off I go. Due to Laura Fail's meddling with dreams of Skywatchers in the source and the First, Skywatchers may now provide forecasts for every region regardless of their location. Alright. That was an easy quest. Let's go see Graha. Ah, Nienda, you are returned. I hope your time in the source was suitably restful. Eh. But of course it wasn't. Go on. Their corporeal ether shows signs of instability? By the gods, the possibility never even occurred to me. No, it did not. If you have returned in hope my research has yielded a solution, I fear you'll be sorely disappointed. 'Tis but a mercy we have the likes of Mrs. Cryo and Master Matoya to keep our friends' bodies safe while we wrestle with the problem. but they cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come, the others must be told. La-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Pray excuse my late arrival.
Now it's wait on Thancred.
Will Thancred and Reen not be joining us?
Nay, milady. With apologies to all, they beg leave to pursue their investigation of the empty to its conclusion. Should matters here demand their presence, however, they did assure me that they would make themselves available.
Yes, of course. Then let us proceed. I think it best that you begin by providing a summary of Mistress Kryle's findings.
I suppose it was only to be expected that some change would occur.
Yet our souls seem unaffected, to my eye at least. How long they will remain so is another question. Kryle is right. It is imperative we find a way to return to the source.
Perhaps an explanation of the method by which I brought you here will yield some inspiration. Ere I begin, it must be noted that I am by no means a gifted mage. In order to employ powerful magics, I must rely upon the Crystal Tower and its boundless reservoirs of energy. The magic that summoned you was no exception. 'Tis a singular spell, adapted through painstaking effort from the technique that transported me to the First. To use an analogy, it works by cutting a hole in the fabric of reality. A hole tailored to the object of summoning, through which it and it alone may pass unscathed. Though I succeeded in creating said hole, I failed to latch onto my intended target. Instead of you, the spell found those close to you, and ended up summoning them in their incomplete state. I would not soon throw my life away, not after the lengths you and yours went to save it. And so long as I breathe, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. But should all else fail, and your lives be at stake, there remains one sure method.
Oh! What was that for?
How can you even entertain such thoughts? You owe your life to the Warrior of Light, and you don't get to die unless she says so.
Depends how he behaves. You know, depends on how he behaves.
Your followers await your divine judgment.
Thank you, Stola.
What did you just...
If the two of you have finished, perhaps we could return to our discussion? Rather than dwelling upon the multiple failed attempts at transference, I think it would behoove us to focus on the solitary success. I would draw your attention to the fact that our friend can travel between worlds possessed not only of her body and soul, but her personal effects besides. This is no different from the teleportation magics to which we are all accustomed. Magics that allow for the transportation of those inanimate objects one considers to be an extension of oneself.
Are you suggesting that simply by considering us her possessions, she could carry our souls back to the source upon her person?
Well, it would be nice if things were that simple for a change. But vague notions of ownership seem a rather tenuous thing to stake our lives on. So much as a moment of doubt on her part and we'd be left floating in the rift.
Milady hath the right of it. The requisite fixity of belief would be too much to ask even of our friend. Yet were we to immure our souls within an object in her possession, mayhap then our safe passage could be assured. White Auracite would, I believe, serve as a suitable vessel for this purpose. It was conceived to imprison the massy soul of an Ascian, and should house one of ours with relative ease. We would need only to ensure our soul's safe preservation inside the stone, and identify a means by which they might be transferred back unto our vacant bodies.
Soul preservation and transference. I believe I know of someone who may be able to assist us. On the far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain Nummo chose to make their home there soon after. Though they have long lived as a recluse, they once occupied a place of honor in Verbert's royal court, and it is said that none in all of Norvrant is more knowledgeable than they on matters of the soul.
Well, I've no objection to seeking a helping hand, but if they've gone to such lengths to hide themselves away from the world, what makes you think they'd be willing to lend us one?
Yep, they're mine now.
A worthy question. Years ago, I myself tried and failed to solicit their cooperation in the battle against the Sin Eaters. No sooner had I begun to make my plea than they unleashed a swarm of their familiars upon me. Unlike me, however, you have curried favor with the Fae Folk. By that merit alone, I am hopeful that they would grant you an audience. They may still be inclined to turn you away, of course, but if their knowledge might feasibly facilitate your return home, we have to try.
No, I'm on even terms with the Fairy Queen. What direct hit rate, piety. We actually don't have any food on this character, so. Crystarium weapon. Let's see. Let's go ahead and. Did it not go into my inventory? I did not. Why? Oh, I'm full. Okay, well that would be why it didn't go in. Turn inventory. Inventory. I should actually turn these things in. What do those look like? Those are actually kind of cool. We will move them out, but we will hold on to them for future transmog. We'll put it here for now. Damn hiccups. Yep, there we go. My materia. Reassign that one. I'll make sure. Did I have? Okay, I do. So I gotta make sure if I unequip, I have to make sure I have. What's that look like? Actually, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a bat wing. Alright, Graha. Going on a dungeon. The Grand Cosmos, that is the palace we seek, stands on the opposite shore of the source. I'll arrange for a boat to carry us there. Whilst thou journeyest thither, I think it best that I devote mine energies to the creation of white orosite, by thy leave, of course. The process requireth no small amount of time, and should the new Moa consent to lend their aid, we will have the need of a suitable vessel ere long. Agreed. Then I would ask the rest of you to meet me in Solon, and do be prepared for a warm reception. Where are we going? We're going over here. Okay. And then when we get there, we'll take a quick break. I gotta use the restroom so everybody can get up, stretch, water, eat. We will hug them and squeeze them and call them George. Alright, so before we go anywhere, I gotta use the restroom. So get this over here. Give everybody. Yeah, that one. Don't know why that's a different size, but alright, it's going to do. There, I don't know why that was a different size. Okay, so, like I said, quick break. I gotta use restroom, so everybody get up, stretch. If you need to grab something to eat, drink, what have you. And we'll be back in a few minutes. As I'm just floating in the background there. Right back. All right. Let's let reload here. Okay. All right. Got a little foggy out here. As I told you before, I had scarcely set foot on the palace grounds when I was set upon by our host's familiars, and I expect the reception today will be no different, which is why I propose we march through the main gate, weapons drawn. I'm sorry, but are we not here to petition for assistance? You can't honestly think barging in looking for a fight is going to persuade them. Actually, I believe the Exarch may have the right of it. They have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into their creations. Were I them, I should be most interested to meet with those who could overcome my defenses. As would any true seeker of knowledge, and there is little we can say or do to convince them to help us if we know nothing of their character, nor less why they choose to hide themselves from the world. But if we can seize their interest, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. Weapons drawn it is, then. Though I must say, Exarch, you certainly seem to be enjoying all of this. Do I? Well, I will not deny that I enjoy the thought of fighting alongside you, all rather than pacing about inside the Crystal Tower. You both seem in rather high spirits, if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised. Your moods invariably improve when Yenda is around. What exactly are you implying? She averted a calamity, and the light which seemed destined to consume her has been extinguished. It's only natural that we pleased to see her. Well, yes, well, we'll have plenty of time to celebrate her good health after we finished here. Of course. Then let us proceed to the palace. Fanboys it is. Okay, the Grand Cosmos is now accessible. Alright, since we're DPS and it's late on a Friday, even though it's Friday, it's still late. It took forever to get on earlier. We will Diddy support. Alright, so it's recommending Alizé, and okay. We'll go with the recommendation. I probably should put the materia back into the scythe. Oh well. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Now, which way are we going here? The only problem with AoE is just so little damage overall. Well, the problem with AoEs is they are a little light on the damage because they're spreading it out. But I can't standardize. So, okay, we have 1, 2 smalls and a big. I'm going to do single target attack on this since we're almost down. Let's see here. What's gonna come alive in here? Okay, I had a feeling. Get back here, all of you. Oh, it's target one, okay. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Alright, who's get those two? Okay, I see them. Over there and over there's just 2 of them? Yep, just 2 of them. Bastards, get back here. Scrapper's gonna do one single target. There's only 2 of them here. Alright. First boss. What are we looking at here? Brooms. Okay. I'm gonna get hit with that. Damn.
Protect me!
Alright, we'll follow the twins.
You underestimate me! Let's give them a show!
Leave the healing to me.
On your feet!
My thanks.
Boom. Battle dance materia. There's no chests in here I need to be aware of. Forties! There's a treasure chopper right over here. Anything worthwhile? Ward ring offending. I don't think that does. Yeah. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Have an itch, sorry. So this gate is open. I should realize I'm not doing any food. Need to make sure I eat, so I'm actually getting a little bit extra benefits here. Wrong button. I want that, and I'll do this. There's your coffer. No, Graha, you're the way. Porksies! A whole bunch of porksies.
Leave the healing to me.
Not really a much of a choice, Alfie. Go back down to single target. Alright, second boss. Linan Sith? Alright. Okay. Yep, up, there we go. I don't know where I'm going with. Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. Huh. Okay. That's what we were doing. Okay. I know what we're doing here. Eyes learned. Oh, damn it. Alright, well, Grahai are gonna hit with that. Don't want to be in front. It's not a good spot for DPS. I'm just gonna leave that one there.
I'm with you.
Oh, that one. Oh, I shouldn't have left it there. My bad. Wasn't paying attention to that. I will take care of you. I goofed up. Warg Pelt of Casting. Alright, Mini Dragon, come alive. Called it. Coffers, treasure coffers, nothing down here. Any booty anywhere? No. Okay. Down there with the Porksies.
You underestimate me!
out. Recurring materia. I say, come on, Ethel. This isn't Naxxramas. We're good. Next. Oh, the paintings. Excuse me, by the way. Do this, okay. Work on that. Anything else in here? Nope, okay. We're looking at getting close. I mean, this dungeon does give me cleaned up Naxxramas vibes. You know, different game, I am aware, but I love it. There we go. Ear itched, sorry. Alright, wait for them to transform. Nope, apparently not. You've sullied these halls long enough. Come, Lugus, our guests yet want for company. Lugus, the insatiable flame. Do, 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 do. Okay, so something, the piano's gotta be done something. The fact that there are question marks on levels. Concerning, I won't lie. That's gonna hurt. Okay, putting things out, burning things. Okay, I see that happen.
I'm with you.
Okay, I understand now. Oh, that was my heal. So I gotta save my not my heal, but my shield for that. Let's go ahead and do a double limit break. Just why not use it? I don't need to use them. This thing. There we go. Down, Toasty. Down, Mr. Toasty. Alright, Beckluck, come on. Actually, I don't think you're Beckluck. Could be. I don't know. Can't remember. Pistola. Alright. Anything good? War jacket healing. I'm not healing though, what's the thing?
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
Oh yeah, it's Beckluck. Okay. What I thought. Noise, moving mic. There we go. He didn't say with the Muanoa.
Beckluck, 'tis good to see you again after all these years. And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
Shake? Beg?
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men. You are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion. But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again. That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety. Oh, you know not what you ask of me, what horrors my knowledge has wrought.
But I don't do this one. I don't think it matters. Actually, no, it doesn't really matter.
You wish only to save your friends? Nothing more? Do you swear it?
No. No.
Oh, very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
Zoom back in a little bit. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystarium Tower with Beck Lug. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't had to resort to using such words when treating with them. I have never sought to convince, not compel. Yet I cannot deny that a part of me was glad Orianche shared his knowledge with the new with us. Had he not, Beck Lug wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. To keep our guests waiting would only add insult to injury. Alright. We mustn't dally here any longer. If Beck Lug is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. Fine. Here we go. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh, that last one hurt. La da dee 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 dee. Let me see if there's anything good in the level 80 department. Headpiece. What is that? I'm kind of curious. One. Well, that is definitely interesting. Only 510. Okay, so I have to do some more dungeons at some point. What do I need to upgrade right off the bat? Okay, well, yeah, the ring definitely probably should be done first. Ring, that one's good. Necklace is good for now. Or earrings good for now. Necklace, good. 555. The ring is below. Everything is 5, 4. Okay. Ring needs to be done first. And that should be up that one. Remove materia. Equip that. Apply gear. Yeah, even though you can't see the changes on that portrait. All right. Bum. In we go. don't know if I need to read this or this is spoken.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own, and your soul is the densest of them all.
As I have been joined now 8 times since I have Arbert with me now.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light. The realm yet at the mercy of Vorthri and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
You have spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thoughts as to how you might return to your world? White Orosite, you say? An intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having to maintain tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their souls within the Orosite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes. But the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted, and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your mind would ultimately be separated from the faux bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which would be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn at Journey's Head, corrupted by sin eaters, their ether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why? Do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I've seen their condition firsthand. Then I'd be glad to take you to them on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for us to accompany you. While you escort our guest to the inn, I will assist Urianger in creating the requisite oversight. I believe my talents would be better applied in the endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Specklug as necessary? I'm here to do. That made no sense even to me. Good lord. Let us make for Arang then. Alright, to Arang. Nope. So this is Halric, is it? Yes, its either balance leans perilously towards the light, towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He will become a sin eater. You don't know that. We've defeated the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Halric was completely unresponsive before, but now... only partially unresponsive. Oh, mumbles. Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether of one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Voibert. Then for darker purposes. Lest it fall in the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes, I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Alright. No effect on him. What is this warmth I feel in my chest? Your heart is pumping. I feel warm, and my legs, they don't feel as heavy. Now then, have you noted any change in the patients? A notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function in most of the patients, at least. The more severely afflicted show no response. As I feared then, 'tis true, with the restoration of night, the corrupting light influence of light will no longer grow, and yes, their bodies will naturally return to the equilibrium given time. But this holds true only for their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the late stages of corruption, like Halric, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wake up and find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence, the opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not where we petitioned your aid, but do you think it's possible we can find a way to hasten the recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it's impossible that in treating them we might learn something of the relevance to your own predicament. We'll go and take the money. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Voivert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administer to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom, but in the end my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague the likes of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph, instead my greatest shame. Let's go. Now you mustn't dwell, and now let's go. And now you have a chance to redeem yourself. That I do. A comforting thought, indeed. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the sky still abraded with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magics that will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be doing, if that's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and the finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. Seriously, I'll say. Alphino, the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine, we'll pay a visit to Ilmag, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're at it, seek out the new Moa at Pla Eni. They will be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? There still remains the matter of the clay. Might it prevail upon you to find it? Right, where am I going? Clay from Amarang would likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? The miners actually would be the best. Ah, yes, able to point you in the right direction, I am sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if there are aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. I stumble over my tongue. La 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 la. I'll spend the money. I will spend the money. Magnus. I don't know if they intended this to be purposefully as a 40K reference, but I will just say it here for those of you watching now and watching later. Magnus the Red. If you don't know 40K, don't worry about it. If you do know 40K, I wonder if it's an Easter egg. He's wearing red. He is red. Nienda, well, what a coincidence. What a coinky-dink. You've come at a good time. We've just now finished repairing the Talos and trolley you took to the Batharong. The trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had visited from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from the Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade seekers to help us along. Clever man, that Chai knows. He seemed pretty keen on the idea I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see the good we could do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Nienda here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you needed, friend? I see, and this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from the Mount Byron mines to make adobe bricks. Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after good stuff, you could do worse and look there. Alright, so now we're going where? Okay, up there. That's more like a condor than a coyote, but hey. Let's see here. Excuse me. We're heading back to where... I don't know why I'm doing this. Hoard it. Spend the 100 coin. I'm on the other side of her. There she is. Making a porksy. Twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them to a garden ornament, but no. You have the clay, I take it? Yeah, I'd have a talk with Fayol about that one, if that happened. Wonderful! We need but combine the clay and the water, and then heat the mixture with the Fey lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon the suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Becklug, I have a question. In the event that we had need of the spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halric and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there is a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state combined with a strong desire to help them can drastically increase the magic's effect, and you are plainly familiar with these people than I am. I dare say there are few in all of Norvrent more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so? Absolutely, she's the best for the job. I'll give it my all for Halric, for Tesleen. Then we are of a mind on the matter. Alisei shall be the one to conjure the familiar. Angelo.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy? I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Huh.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Mother,
That poor kid. How is he, Becklug? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We were so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic has much of an asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence that my boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been the most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Auracite. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Becklug said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound a lot like the tempered back in the source? Not really. If it is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gabu. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halrick's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth aspect aether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu, a fellow of whom you speak? I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here, work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there's hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it is all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with the treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beklug and see if you can't make some headway with the newly posited theories. La la la. I will tell you the rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I've found you. Meh. Ah, you. Goodbye. Cashier, what are you doing here, all the way out here? There's trouble back in Umor. Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot, near enough begging me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take it I will return to Crystarium alone. Go on then. If not, it is not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Beklug. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Umor is at stake. Okay. Cashier. Lady Chai's up in the parlor, best not to keep her waiting, eh? Excuse me. Chai's not there. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though. I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around the outside again, staring off in the distance and all that. Sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. Hey, Miss Chai.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gold, with Lord Vorthry out of the way. We all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see.
After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent.
Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate.
And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced.
He ran off into hiding, didn't he?
But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
I'll be nice. I don't know, but whatever it is, he wouldn't have fled.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
We'll keep getting money on that. Let's just go find Master Chai. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I am sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone, I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Alright. Moen? Master Chai? Well, yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood, concerned about Eulmore's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Vothry's apparent inexhaustible stores of meal, and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the boutique of splendors would do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Eulmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Alright, a stagnant state of business in Eulmore. We're going down to the buttress. Okay, so one hit. Let's go night soil plots, and then we'll go around counterclockwise. Down to travel Wittershins. To meet Alphino. Oh, that's not the one I wanted, but alright, we're here. Am I sure am I in here? Yes. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When I last saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defense, among other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Valthree, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitted, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the Derelicts and Gatetown. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, but the surrounding regions of Calusia as well, and I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Alright, so he's worried about industry/food. I almost thought she was naked for a second. Or it. It looks like a he. I thought they were naked for a second there. I was like, why is there a half-naked Makote hanging off a building? That's not. He's in a PC flesh tone colored coat. Hathenbet. I recall a man fitting that description, asked to speak with the poor buggers that come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the Derelicts, and you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies, but folk here just don't want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ears chewed about the Derelicts, he asked about other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. It looked like he was heading for Gatetown when I last saw him. Alright, I'm gonna unlock this, click it, and forget it for the time being. Overwrought Ondo. Okay, so that's a dungeon. We're going to take it. Oh, Land Dweller, you're one of the Ancient's messengers, yes? How fortunate I have found you. We need your help. Ever since the Abyss was lit with the city's lanterns, a great beast, the likes of which I have never seen, has begun hunting near the cups. It thrashes and gnashes with its carnivorous maw, leaving nothing but tattered flesh in its wake. The eldest of the Ath fear it's an omen, a harbinger of our people's destruction. Have we angered the Ancients? We cannot know. We dare not enter their sacred abode without first receiving their blessing. Oh, excuse me. That is why I came to the town of Land Dwellers, to seek those who had helped us before, and here you are. Please, enter the ancient city once more, speak with them, and learn what we have done to earn their ire. See, a house of creature of unknown origins threatens the lives of the Ondo people. Perhaps the clerk at Amarat's Bureau of Administration can shed some light on this mysterious beast. Yeah, there's a future quest. I wanted to get it unlocked because I know I'll forget about it. So I got the ring, and that's like that. Close, damn it. Ah, there you are. How'd you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue to Master Chai's whereabouts? Bop, 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 bop. Hand it over. Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed possibly granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the propagator was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the Bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical then that having consulted to those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. And if you would go and make inquiries and write, I shall likewise instill Tide, Gate Town, I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we're finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to be the next, his next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then. But if not, we will be well situated to continue our search. All right. Out to Kalusia, we need to go to right. Not gonna use tickets because I don't need to use tickets. All right, we are at right. Get over there. Let's see here. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistel gentleman here not too long ago. You want to talk about the relations between Wright and Eulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to the promises of meal and the chance of a lavish life among the free. And Vothri thought to take more from us, conscripting a few able-bodied men, and we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sinjers came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothri's gone, and we're curious to see what will become of Eulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend, Chai Nuz, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Alright. Going up. Off we know. But he paid to visit the Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? I see. Kaishir and I glean much the same. He seemed determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Kalusia. The only likely place he has left to being is Amity. Come, if we're quick, we may yet catch up with him. I believe that should be the dwarf settlement? Oh no, it's over there. Okay. Well, I'm going to be over here to unlock the near raid at some point. Now while I'm here. There we go. I'm getting map. You know, that's just that was for the near raid itself. Okay, so Homra. Amity's right there. I went all the way by it. Yeah, well, I need the map anyways. I bypassed entirely because I was looking at the wrong thing. That's okay. I need the map anyways. So I just gotta get that little part out in the ocean, and I'll have all of Calusia done. I might do, for the near races, maybe do a party finder so we can get those who are high level, we can do it unsynced and go faster. Blah blah blah. Oh man. Mr. Chai. Yanda, Alvino, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word, and bade us to return you to her side. What in the blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai, but since we're here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and we have been gathered from the nearby villages. You've been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Calusia, that much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Talking our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, I would not be the right to assume the role of mayor. I see, and you believe said resources can be found here. Indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I'm certain the man whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. Whatever you need, you can count on us. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yulmore. But that dream is gone now, burst like a bubble. Or a boil, more like it. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, excuse me, I haven't a clue what to do with myself. Spend most days in a daze, but you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix the mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You've got this lot up Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard could you be mayoring be? You're going to see Yulmore be to a better future. I know it. I'm tripping over my own tongue. Blah. And I want to help, properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me, I'll come with you, that is. Oh, I got kicked. Well, there has been a strain of DDoS attacks on the 14 servers this entire week. So honestly, not at all surprised. I'm glad it wasn't in the middle of an instance, like a trial. So, what we'll do then, since I just got kicked, we've been at this for just shy of 4 hours. It is after midnight. We'll go ahead and call it. See if there's anybody on the slate to raid. No, we can raid the opossum. She's playing Pal World. So if you would please join me in a raid, we'll be raiding the opossum as she's playing her late night Pal World. So if you guys can stick with the raid, great. If you can't stick with the raid, that is perfectly fine. Not a big deal, I promise you. So, thank you everybody for sticking around for the stream. Greatly appreciate it. I know Fridays are a late one. If you're watching later on the Twitch and YouTube videos, your views are greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye, guys.